April 14th, 1865. The Civil War is finally over. The United States, torn apart by 4 years of unimaginable bloodshed, is beginning to heal. President Abraham Lincoln, the man who guided the nation through its darkest hours, attends a play at Ford's Theater in Washington, D.C. Laughter fills a room, but behind the scenes, a gunman moves closer. A single bullet will not only take a president's life, it will reshape the very future of America. Tonight on Renaissance Reframed, we explore how the assassination of Abraham Lincoln altered the course of Reconstruction, shifted U.S. racial politics, and left scars that still echo through American society today. The year is 1865. The Union has triumphed. Confederate General Robert E. Lee has surrendered at Appomattox. The bloodiest war in American history has come to an end. But the victory is bittersweet. Over 600,000 lives have been lost. Cities are in ruins, and millions of newly freed African Americans stand on the threshold of freedom, yet uncertain of their place in the nation. Abraham Lincoln understands that winning the war is only half the battle. The real challenge lies ahead: Reconstruction, the process of rebuilding the South, and integrating 4 million freed slaves into American political, social, and economic life. Lincoln's vision is strikingly modern for its time. He speaks of malice toward none and charity for all. He wants reconciliation, not revenge. His plan is lenient. Southern states can rejoin the Union if just 10% of their voters swear allegiance and accept emancipation. He dreams of a United States where black men can enjoy basic rights, even limited voting privileges. But not everyone agrees. Radical Republicans in Congress want harsher punishments for former Confederates and stronger protections for freed slaves. Meanwhile, white Southerners simmer with resentment, unwilling to accept defeat or racial equality. The nation stands at a crossroads. And then Ford's Theater. On the evening of April 14th, Lincoln attends a comedy Our American Cousin with his wife, Mary Todd Lincoln, and 2 guests. Security is minimal. The war is over, and the atmosphere is celebratory. But John Wilkes Booth, a famous actor and Confederate sympathizer, lurks in shadows. Booth is enraged by the South's defeat and Lincoln's growing support for black suffrage. He believes killing Lincoln will revive the Confederate cause. At 10:15 p.m., Booth slips into the presidential box. He aims a .44 caliber Derringer pistol at the back of Lincoln's head and fires. The shot is deafening. Lincoln slumps forward. Booth leaps to the stage, shouting Sic Semper Tyrannis, thus always the tyrants, and escapes into the night. The president is carried across the street to the Peterson house. Doctors work frantically, but the wound is fatal. At 7:22 a.m. the next morning, Abraham Lincoln is pronounced dead. The nation is stunned. The man who spoke of forgiveness is gone, killed by a man consumed by hate. Lincoln's death sends shockwaves across the United States. Bells toll in northern cities. Freed slaves weep in the streets. But in the South, reactions are mixed. Some mourn, others quietly celebrate. Vice President Andrew Johnson, a Democrat from Tennessee, who remained loyal to the Union, is sworn in as president. Johnson inherits not only the presidency, but the monumental task of Reconstruction. Here is where history pivots. Johnson shares Lincoln's desire to quickly restore the Union, but not his moral commitment to racial equality. A Southern-born white supremacist, Johnson opposes granting Black Americans civil rights or the vote. Under his leadership, Reconstruction takes a drastically different turn. Had Lincoln lived, it is possible that his moderate but progressive vision might have shaped a more just Reconstruction. He had already begun, floating ideas of limited Black suffrage and federal oversight of Southern reintegration. His political skills, his ability to balance radicals and conservatives might have prevented the chaos to come. Instead, Johnson offers leniency to ex-Confederates. He pardons thousands, allowing former Confederate leaders to reclaim power in Southern state governments. Southern legislatures respond by passing Black codes, laws designed to keep freedmen in a state of quasi-slavery. These codes restrict movement, deny voting rights, and enforce harsh labor contracts. Congress, outraged, pushes back with the Civil Rights Act of 1866 and the 14th Amendment, granting citizenship to African Americans. But progress is slow, contested, and often violent. Groups like the Ku Klux Klan emerge, terrorizing Black communities and white allies. Reconstruction becomes a bitter struggle between federal authority and Southern resistance. The failure to secure lasting protections for African Americans during Reconstruction lays a foundation for nearly a century of racial segregation and disenfranchisement. The dream of equality, born at Appomattox, is betrayed. By 1877, federal troops withdraw from the South, effectively ending Reconstruction. The Jim Crow era begins. Laws enforce racial segregation, and Black Americans are systematically denied the right to vote. Would history have unfolded differently if Lincoln had lived? Many historians believe so. Lincoln, with his political acumen and moral authority, might have forged compromises strong enough to protect the rights of freedmen and weaken the backlash that followed. Perhaps the civil rights movement would not have had to wait another 100 years. John Wilkes Booth believed he was striking a blow for Southern honor. Instead, He ensured that the South he loved would remain economically devastated and racially divided for generations. His bullet did not revive the Confederacy. It guaranteed that Reconstruction would be left in the hands of a man unprepared to carry Lincoln's moral vision. Booth wanted to kill a tyrant. Instead, he martyred a president and changed the destiny of a nation. The consequences of that night in April 1865 still resonate. The racial wounds left unhealed during Reconstruction shaped American politics for more than a century, from segregation to the Civil Rights Movement, and even debates about race and equality today. Lincoln once said, "A house divided against itself cannot stand." His assassination ensured that the house would remain divided long after the guns of the Civil War fell silent. A single bullet changed the course of a nation. Had Abraham Lincoln lived, America's path toward racial equality might have been shorter, less violent, and more complete. Instead, his death left a vacuum that allowed old prejudices to survive and flourish. The story of Lincoln's assassination is not only the tale of a murder, it is the story of how history can pivot on a single moment, and how the dreams of one man can be undone by the hatred of another. This is a legacy of April 14th, 1865, a night when the future of America was rewritten. Thank you for watching Renaissance Reframed. If you found this deep dive into history thought-provoking, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more explorations into the turning points that shaped our world. Until next time, remember, history isn't just about the past. It's a story of choices, consequences, and the fragile thread on which our future always hangs.